All right. Okay. So next question is, what is meditation? What is awareness? What is consciousness? What is attention? All right. Maybe it's all semantics. Maybe it's just a play of words, but they're important. So when we use the word meditation, we're actually trying to describe two things. One is a method. Okay, when I do Kundalini meditation, I'm actually saying I'm doing the method that we call Kundalini. When I'm doing dynamic meditation, or I am doing a method called, or a technique, okay? But the state of meditation is the second meaning of the word meditation. It's a state of being conscious. All right. So this is so simple. It's so simple and so difficult. What is meditation is just to be in a state of full consciousness in this present moment. To be completely aware, but not in a tense way. Because if you're tense, there's something still not expanded. So that's another, when we talk about consciousness, we're also talking about an expansion, that all enlightened masters have said, you become like the ocean, that before enlightenment you are a dewdrop, your individuality or your personality, who you think you are, is just a little drop of water. And the whole ocean, it's universal. Different ways to describe it, but always this expansion, this universality of being, of consciousness. It's what we are in this moment. Okay, but there are different states of consciousness. Are we conscious when we're sleeping? Perhaps, before we wake up in the morning, we have a few dreams. But in the middle of the night, if you wake up, oh, I'm also dreaming. And, they're not a one dream. There are at least 5 dreams. And that's from my own experience. When I've woken up in the middle of the night and I realize I'm dreaming 5 dreams, 5 different dreams at the same time. And within this mess of 5 dreams, there is something, some part of me that is watching. Oh, this is interesting. This is an interesting dream. I wonder what's going to happen next. But then I lose that consciousness. Then I'm involved in the dream again. That goes back to that famous Taoist story of Zhuangzi, asking this question. Oh, last night Zhuangzi dreamt he was a butterfly. Now the problem is, this morning when I woke up, am I really Zhuangzi who dreamt he was a butterfly, or was I last night a butterfly dreaming I'm Zhuangzi? All right. So this is a playful way of asking us to think about what is our reality. But all enlightened masters, if they are enlightened, all the wise ones in one way or another, have tried to describe to us the same paradoxical question. What is consciousness? And it's just a state of being without any limitation. And in that state, which we might glimpse sometimes when we're doing a method of meditation, in that state we are just completely conscious of everything that's happening inside us and outside us. All right? So right now at this moment I'm talking to you and I'm listening to my voice and I'm hearing the sound of my fridge in the background, and I can hear some birds and I can see the colors of the telephone and the shelves, all that information that comes into my senses. But imagine for a moment if I was in an isolation tank. Maybe some of you have done it. We used to call it Samadhi tank. But now they're just called isolation tanks, where you're floating in body temperature water, in salt, eyes closed, complete silence, no sensory input. If there's no sensory input, do you know that you still exist? How do you know you still exist? That's why it's, if you have a chance, go to these isolation tanks. They're a wonderful experience. It's one of my first experiences of meditation. I went twice. My first therapy ever, 2 experiences, 2 hours, isolation tank. 1 hour was like, it was gone in 5 minutes. And I was like, they're cheating me. They're taking me out. It's only 5 minutes have passed. That was the first one. The second time, it's like, oh my God, they've forgotten me. It's like 5 hours. Because the second time I was thinking and thinking and thinking and completely involved in my thoughts. That's an indication. One of the indications of if you've experienced the state of meditation, the state of consciousness, is its timelessness. Right? So maybe you've experienced it sometimes. In deep meditation, there's no time. And there's no space. You are everywhere and you are nowhere, but you are also here. It's paradoxical in words, but the experience is like that. You are expanded, but you are here, but you are nowhere, but you are everywhere. You are an ocean, not a dewdrop. Now, these different types of meditation are needed because the mind is such a control freak. Our mind is so good at controlling that when you try a new meditation technique, it doesn't know what it is. So you can, like I said, that isolation tank, I'd never know what it is. No sensory input. I'm just being. Second time, my mind knows what this is and, whoa, okay, I will do the meditation for you. This is what's happening. And my mind is going on for 1 hour. And I'm in hell because the mind is controlling my meditation. That's why it's always helpful to try a new technique. But sometimes, again, a paradox, when we talk about meditation, we always have to remember this word paradox, because if you just keep jumping from one different technique to another technique, it's also not going to work. You'll only be superficial. We need to try a technique and try it and try it and try it for 3 months. Or, that's a guideline, 3 months. Let's say 90 times or 100 times. That's good, we could be spiritual, say 108 times. Do any technique 108 times and you should know what it is. Then you can go on to another one. But basically, when you get more experience of meditation, there's a part of you that is observing yourself, and you're observing the effect of that technique. So you can feel, oh, okay, I don't like dynamic. It's hard, my body doesn't like it, but it's beneficial, it's good for me. I needed to release that emotion. I needed to jump. And I needed to be standing in silence and ignoring my mind. So many different types of meditation. There's not one method. Because if there's one method, the mind can control it. So we have to keep on inventing new techniques to try and get out of this mind.